Billy, thanks for joining us on the show.
Sure, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you. What are your kind of first musical memories?
The first record I bought was She Loves You by the Beatles. It was 6 shillings and threepence halfpenny. I bought a single of my own pocket money.
So how old would you have been then?
I was 7.
And then how long was that before you kind of got into punk rock? You must have been pretty young, really.
Yeah, but you always start off playing your guitar in a bedroom or in somebody's garage or some little youth hall or somewhere. So really, it was garage rock from day one, you know.
Yeah. Did you freak your parents out at that stage? Because it must have been so strange. I mean, especially some of the outfits in that kind of early punk period.
Yeah, although my mum and dad had seen us looking like that for a while.
Yeah.
You know, but I think the thing that got them was I went off to university for a year, and even though, because I cut my hair, I think my dad thought, oh, he's going normal, but really it was because we were getting more out there. And when I came back after a year of university, I said, I'm leaving university and I'm joining a punk rock band, I think they almost had a heart attack at first.
No.
So.
But they came round in the end.
Yeah, when I my mum wasn't so bad, but what got my dad was when I showed him the recording contract,
So suitably for your track from the past, you've gone for some Clash.
Yeah.
What is it about this band that you like so much?
Well, apart from seeing the second ever Clash gig...
Where was that?
A Screen on the Green. It was
really?
Sex Pistols,
in Islington?
Clash,
that must have been
and
tiny.
And the Buzzcocks. It was a big theatre. It was the biggest show that anybody in punk rock had done up until that point.
Really? So we're going to look at some Clash now. Would you like to introduce it for us, please? Your track from the past.
This is a great song. I think it's based on the chords to Cracked Actor. It's called London Calling by The Clash.
So that was your past track, and we're moving into the present now, and you've gone for the Strokes. What do you like about them?
Mainly, one of the Strokes wore one of my T-shirts on a cover of a magazine lately, so I thought, hey...
You're bigging him right back up.
I thought, all right, I'm going to pick anything. But, I still like them. I like the way it's stripped down. I like the fact they tried to sort of bring back punk rock, really, in a kind of They're not trying to do it. They're trying to do it in their own way, really, and they're not trying to be flashy about it.
You've had success for such a long time. Do you think that the Strokes will be able to sustain their kind of what they're doing at the moment?
I don't know. It's hard for bands. I mean, my group Generation X, we broke up after 5 years. So we really tried. We tried to hold it together, and it's great. I had a chance to go on in America.
Now, isn't one of the Strokes, Fab from the Strokes, I believe, is engaged to Drew Barrymore,
right,
who you, of course, worked with in The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
Was that a fun film to make?
It was really great fun, yeah. It was great fun playing myself, but the comedy was fantastic. And then Adam Sandler, in between takes, he had like a drums and bass and guitar set up in his trailer because he's a total rock maniac.
Right.
And so we were jamming in between those takes, so it was really good fun. I was taking my son to see all his films, Adam Sandler's films, so I thought, well, why the hell shouldn't I be in one?
Yeah.
And
do you think that's something...
had me cracking up right from the Boy George impersonator when I read the script, so I thought, this is worth being in,
No, it's a genius movie. All right then, Billy, if you wouldn't mind introducing your present track for us then, please.
Sure. Well, this is The End Has No End by the Strokes.
The future track that you've gone for is Some You. It's your new record. Tell us a bit about it.
Scream is one of the tracks from Devil's Playground, my new record, my new album.
It's a kind of no-holds-barred rock and roll track.
Definitely, yes.
Is that why you decided to release it as the first single?
Yeah, it's like a 3 a.m. party. Woo! I don't know, I sort of looked at the way things are at the moment, the sort of crazy world we're living in, and it seems like a lot of people really, in the end, they just want to have some fun at the moment. It's so it seemed like the right thing to kick things off with after all this time.
And a good time for you to come back because you had a bit of a break. What was it that kind of you decided to do that? Was it that you were disillusioned with things, or was it just that you kind of were having a break? And
kind of combination. I had a couple of kids, my son Will and my daughter Bonnie, and I was taking care of him. 1 week on, 1 week off. It's the California way, and driving into school, and that it didn't seem so bad to stand back, let things roll by, and actually, be responsible for somebody else. It was great. I didn't mind doing it. I enjoyed it. it just came at a certain time when I needed a break. It was like 20 years of rocking hard, you know.
Yeah.
And to do this music, to do my music, you have to be, and it's energetic. It's still got that energy of punk. It's still, we haven't lost those ideals.
All right, Billy, let's have some brand new music. Would you introduce your future track for us, please?
Okay, this is Billy Idol with Scream.
Okay, Billy, so it's dedication time now on the show, and you've gone for a track for one of the Ramones, to dedicate it to one of the Ramones, Johnny.
Yeah, I was just a bit surprised when, I don't know, yeah, the Ramones all slipped away, except for Tommy, of course. So, yeah, I just wanted to dedicate this to Johnny Ramone.
So, was Johnny a friend of yours then?
It was just in the early days. I mean, we got a lot of the Ramones, you know, just the speed music, and also when they came to England, they had Generation X, my punk band, you know, support them at the Rainbow. It was one of the biggest gigs we did in those. You know, we were playing clubs. Years later, it was in Rochester, New York. They supported me, and it was one of those things where I couldn't really believe it was happening.
Yeah,
you know,
you kind of.
I couldn't watch.
You've chosen the Sex Pistols to dedicate to Johnny. Which song have you gone for?
God Save the Queen.
Right, and is that because of your love of her, Madge, or?
I think it's a great song, and at the time, you know, it was banned.
Yeah.
So you could never see it.
Yeah. Do you think there was a conspiracy for it to not be the official number one, because it was kind of like at number 2, blank. You couldn't even have the name up there.
Well, I believe the propaganda, so you know, I believe that's true. You know.
All right then, Billy, if you wouldn't mind making your dedication for us, please. Then.
Okay, this is for Johnny Ramone. It's the Sex Pistols with God Save the Queen.
Okay, so it's all-time favourite time now. Was this a tricky song to pick?
My main thing was, you know, some of the American stuff, and it's funny now I live in Los Angeles. I've got a son, he's 16 years old, and of course he loves Radiohead. He's got his own band, his name's Will, and he played the Roxy in LA the other day.
Really? That is not too shabby.
Yeah, it was with my mum, and my mum and dad came for Christmas, and so, you know, I was watching my mum watch him, and of course she was knocked out. It's great to see that he enjoys the music, and whatever I did didn't hurt him too much.
Yeah. So, Billy, apparently Radiohead were asked to perform at the Pitt Aniston wedding because Brad and Jen had one of Radiohead's songs as their kind of song. Have you ever done one of your songs, or possibly White Wedding, at a wedding?
The only time I did it was at an Irish cousin's wedding in America, and there's just all these relations there, and they had this white tie, black tie, whatever you call it, band, you know what I mean? There wasn't a guitar in sight. So I tried to do White Wedding, and I was trying to shout the chords out to them and sing it at the same time, so I can see that wasn't going to work. So they sort of had a bit of a doom, 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 doom thing going, so I just started to sing every couple of lines of every rock and roll song. Oh, baby, 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 baby. And all that stuff, you know. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready to rock and roll or whatever. And then eventually they all crowded around me, so I did the fall on the ground, spin around a bit and jump back up, and they screamed, and that was about the end of it.
You kicked the wedding off properly.
Yeah.
As it should be done.
But yeah, no one's asked me to do it at a real wedding.
I think that sounds better than, you know, having Radiohead come and be quite maudlin at your nuptials. Although, you know, they're a great band. Don't get me wrong. I think I'd take the Idol. All right, Billy, we want to hear it then. Your all-time favourite. Would you introduce it for us, please?
All right, this is my all-time favourite video. It's Radiohead with Creep.
Well, thanks very much for joining us today, Billy. You've been excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show. And you at home, if you want to win Billy's entire playlist, plus this snazzy little iPod and speaker combo, all you've got to do is answer this question. Well, thank you very much once again, Billy, for joining us on the show today. And you at home, if you want to see more on Billy's playlist or get any of the charts in full, just check out our website. It's itv.com/orange playlist. I'll see you next time.